everyone, and welcome to the Unitarian Universalist Church of St. Petersburg. My name is Leah Cannon, and I am on the worship committee. Now today, our minister, Jack Donovan, has the day off. So we will be treating you to some very special contributions by other members of our committee. Susan Bernor, Janae Johnson, John Arterton, James Mack, and Beth Stromwell. Wherever you come from, whoever you are welcome in our church. And there's a quote that I would like to share with you that I have treasured for some time, and I have used it for so long that I've reworded it many times over. But it says that you are a gift, and within your heart is a treasure that glows with a brilliant radiance of love and kindness. Now, when you open your heart, not only does your treasure glow more brightly, but you increase the value of your gift as well as the gifts of the Spirit of this church and service its law. This is our great covenant, to dwell together in peace, to seek the truth in love, and to help one another.
Thank you, Janae and Leah. Good morning. My name is Susan Bernor. I've been a member of UU St. Pete for about 6 years, and I'm filling in as president until the end of this church year, which is July 1st. I thought I'd give you a little update on some big things going on around here. First, from Danny Skridspek and her committee, you're all invited to join in sharing loving goodbyes to Pastor Jack as he heads off to North Carolina. The party will be on Sunday, June 27th in the playground, right after a screening of that morning's YouTube service at 4. Don't worry, Conway will be open for sitting and cooling off. There will be a short but fabulous speech, entertainment, and a surprise gift. We'll provide food, maybe from Mazzaro's, and drinks. You provide your presents and perhaps cards or notes for Jack and Allison. There'll be a table for whatever you'd like to contribute. Please contact Danny to volunteer, to help, or to get more information. You'll be happy to know our kitchen is going through an amazing transformation. You won't believe it when you see it. We hope for completion by the end of the summer. Next, our annual meeting is today, right after the morning service at about 11:15. You'll see the Zoom location at the end of the service. It's the same that we've been using for our coffee hours after the service, so it's familiar to a lot of people. Please do Zoom over. We'll discuss and approve, I hope, our budget for next year, vote on nominees for the board and other roles, and you'll get the latest update on our search for an interim minister. Your participation is needed. Please watch for the Zoom link at the end of this service. Which brings me to our search for an interim minister. I'm recording this on Thursday. We should have more information by Sunday. As of today, I can report happily that we are in contract negotiations with an outstanding candidate. Experienced, talented, down-to-earth, committed to social justice and spiritual development, and to getting us ready for the next phase of our growth as a congregation. All of us on the search committee, Sally Carville, Paul Craig, Sharon Winters, and I, are thrilled with the progress so far. We're going to be just fine. As for joys and concerns, if you have something you'd like to share during the morning service right now, you can type it into the chat on YouTube in the space to the right of your screen. Or you can send it to Reverend Jack to be announced next week. Briefly, I do know that Danny's wrist is better and Jerry's shoulder is better. Thank you. Now our music director, John Arterton, has chosen some wonderful music for us.
From the light of days remembered burns a beacon bright and clear, guiding hands and hearts and spirits into faith set free from fear. When the fire of commitment sets our mind and soul ablaze, when our hunger and our passion meet to call us on our way, when we live with deep assurance of the flame that burns within, then our promise finds fulfillment and our future can begin. From the dreams of youthful vision comes a new prophetic voice, which demands a deeper justice built by our courageous choice. When the fire of commitment sets our mind and soul ablaze, when our hunger and our passion meet to call us on our way, when we live with deep assurance of the flame that burns within, then our promise finds fulfillment and our future can begin.
Good morning. My name is Janae Johnson, and I'm your Religious Education and Communications Coordinator here at Unitarian Universalist Church of St. Petersburg, Florida. This morning I'm going to share a poem in place of the story for all ages. You matter. There is no one like you, never will be again. From the birth of the earth to its outermost end, you, in eager shout, the sacred yes that moves your flesh, your bone, your breath. You, she, he, they, you are whole and okay, gracefully teaching your truth, your way. You cannot be forgotten. We cherish you so. Your voice, your hands can do more than what you know. You speak and lay bare all you dig up and hold. Aloft from the dust, conventions grow cold. You up and every rock and pursue every glimmer, and to give a new name to each sparkle and shimmer. You chart out new paths, go beyond our horizons, new friendships, new stories, your hope always rising. You always welcome and wanted, whatever your skin, whatever neighborhood you were born in. You play across fences that keep us divided. Old weights become wake when your love is ignited. You call us to kindness and questions, reminding the life of our living is found in the finding. You, there is no one like you. You, there is no one like you, never will be again. From the birth of the earth to its outermost end, you matter, you do. We'll keep learning with you. Now stand on your shoulders, see what you can do. You matter. You matter. Thank you.
Hello, my name is Beth Stombaugh, and I joined UUSP just a few months ago. So I mostly know some of you from Zoom Coffee Hour and One City Course, but I'm looking forward to meeting all of you soon. Today's reading is adapted from a meditation by Gordon McKeeman, A Drop in the Bucket. What that says about inadequacy, futility, and insignificance. A drop in the bucket. What's the sense? What's the use? Just suppose that we are the merest drops in a bucket. We assume that a full bucket is what we're aiming at, and that until the bucket is full, nothing has been accomplished. There is never a shortage of buckets. The empty bucket litany is long and tedious. Racism, sexism, ableism, authoritarianism, oppression, injustice, violence, poverty, environmental degradation, overpopulation. Do you feel like a drop in the bucket? Well, who asked you to fill the bucket, especially all alone? Remember, there are many who share your concerns. Don't think you can fill a large bucket? try a smaller size, even imparting a bit of hope. A pat on the back, a financial contribution, a few hours of volunteer service, every drop helps. Try to remember why you need to fill this bucket anyway. That may be you're quenching the thirst of someone hard at work on a larger one. That buckets of whatever size are filled one drop at a time. That if you don't help, it will take even longer. That your drop may be one of the last ones needed. Where we'd be if everybody stopped putting drops inside. Persistence depends on patience, on keeping at it when there's little to reassure us. It would be too bad to give up, to sit back, to bemoan the sorry state of the world and wonder why somebody, anybody, everybody doesn't do something about it. After all, the Grand Canyon was fashioned by drops of water, as ordinary as they may seem.
I'm not a stranger to the dark. Hide away, they say. We don't want your broken parts.
I've learned to be ashamed of all my scars. Run away, they say. No one will love you as you are, but
I won't let them break me down to dust. I know that there's a place for us, for we are glorious.
when the darkest words wanna cut me down, I'm gonna send a flood, gonna drown them out. I am brave, I am bruised, I am who I'm meant to be. This is me.
Look out, 'cause here I come, and I'm marching on to the beat I drum. I'm not scared to be seen, I make no apologies. This is me.
Send a flood, I'm gonna drown him out.
This is brave, this is bruised, this is who I'm meant to be. This is me.
Look out, 'cause here I come.
Look out, 'cause here I come, and I'm marching on, yeah, yeah. Hey, this is me.
Hello again. I asked our YouTube wizard James Mack to show that photo of the soul known only as Tank Man standing in front of Chinese army tanks in Tiananmen Square, because I think it, along with the reading that Beth Stumbaugh did so well, fits with today's theme of do what you can. A lot of what I want to share today comes from Peter Friedrichs about the writings of Reverend Fred Forrest Church. He served the Unitarian Church of All Souls in New York City until his death from cancer in 2009 at just 61 years old. 10 years before he died, Reverend Church acknowledged his alcoholism and joined AA. As part of his recovery, he developed a mantra with 3 parts. Want what you have, do what you can, be who you are. You could build a pretty good life around those 3 things. Today I'd like to talk a little just about do what you can. That reading about a drop in a bucket helps put our efforts to be good people, to be good UUs in perspective. I don't know about you, but I'm feeling a combination of relief and panic about the pandemic right now. One minute I'm thrilled that I've been vaccinated, and the next I'm devastated by news from other parts of the world. How can I celebrate my freedom from something as painless as a mask when the images from India are so heartbreaking? Reverend Church wrote that the little phrase, do what you can, focuses our minds on what is possible, no more, but also no less. It's very much like a reading in our hymnal by Edward Everett Hale. He said, I am only one, but still I am one. I cannot do everything, but still I can do something. Do what you can also has a Buddhist ring to it. It does not concern itself with results. I once learned about that from Bill Cox, a brilliant man, retired vice chair of the Federal Reserve. When I followed Bill into a leadership role at our UU church in Atlanta, he told me his secret to being successful and keeping his sanity while trying to lead a bunch of strong-willed UUs. It's quite a trick, I can assure you. He said, give up the outcome. You can't control it, so don't waste your time trying. Instead, focus on doing what you can. Like Bill, Reverend Church was extremely practical in his approach to life, but he accepted that life is ultimately a profound mystery. The impact of our lives, our actions, cannot ever be completely known. It's like a somewhat disconcerting line from Reinhold Niebuhr, also in our hymnal. Nothing worth doing is completed in our lifetime. Therefore, we are saved by hope. That line has finally made me understand that do what you can is not about giving up or working yourself to a frazzle. It is about hope. We can't know today, or maybe even ever, if that drop we put in a bucket will save a thirsty life or water the seedling of a great tree. Tank Man quite likely never lived to know that his image, one of the most iconic of all time, would strengthen the hearts of many. We can't know if one more vote, one more letter to the editor about systemic racism, one more hand raised in protest over injustice, one more dollar given to an important institution. We can't know if it will achieve the outcomes we dream of. We keep dreaming, but we do what we can, and we are saved by hope, not by false guarantees or grandiose goals. I just finished a wonderful book, The Midnight Library by Matt Haig. He sums up the point of his novel like this. It is easy to mourn the lives we are not living. It's easy to wish we had developed other talents, said yes to different offers. Easy to wish we'd worked harder, loved better, done more yoga. But it is not the lives we regret not living that are the real problem. It is the regret itself. It's the regret at not doing better that makes us shrivel and wither. We don't have to win every game to know what winning feels like. We don't have to sing every song in the world to understand music. Forest Church was saying the same thing. You don't have to give away everything you own to be a generous person. You don't have to face down every tank in the world to be courageous. You just have to do what you can. Be that next drop in the bucket that might make all the difference. And remember that you are not alone. I'd like to close with this beautiful quote from Chinese writer Lu Xun. Hope is like a path in the countryside. Originally, there is nothing. But as people walk this way again and again, a path appears. Let us walk together this week in hope and in love again and again, and watch for the path to appear. Thank you for listening today. I hope to see you at our annual meeting in a little while.
I'm James Mack. This Sunday's offering is one of our monthly social justice Share the Plate Sundays. The extra offerings, those that aren't part of members' pledges, are allocated half to our social justice committee's UU Helping People programs and half to support the operation of our church. This month, our contributions will go to Daystar Life Center, where individuals and families who live below the federal poverty level receive the necessities of life, helping to alleviate hunger, homelessness, and hopelessness. Daystar provides hope to those who have nowhere else to turn. The need continues to grow every day. Thank you for your support. If you're watching today on a mobile device or your computer, please hover your finger or cursor in the upper right corner of your screen and click on the I in the small white circle. You can also donate by the Give Plus app or on our webpage under the Giving tab at uustpete.org, or by sending a check to the church office. Many thanks.
We thank you for joining us here today, and please remember that UU is holding its annual meeting on Zoom at 11:15 following this service. Please stay tuned for a very important message regarding this meeting. Your presence is deeply encouraged, and we're going to be discussing some very important matters. Now, as we're prepared to extinguish the flame, please remember that although we release the flame from our vision, as long as we cherish the flame that we hold within us, the flame of hope and love and kindness, this will go with us whenever we are not within the church. As we go out into the community, it stays with us, shining, a beacon for all to share. And now if you will recite with me. We extinguish his flame, but not the warmth of love, the light of truth, or the fire of courage. These we carry with us and out into the world. Please stay tuned. Thank you.